Sean Diddy Combs was once considered the epitome of success in the entertainment industry. A music mogul, fashion icon, entrepreneur, and cultural taste-maker. Diddy had seemingly built an empire that was untouchable. From founding Bad Boy Records to shaping the careers of iconic artists like Notorious B.I.G. Maze and Faith Evans to launching fashion lines like Sean John. Diddy was everywhere. He was a self-made billionaire, admired for his hustle, charisma, and relentless ambition. But now, the very empire he spent decades building appears to be crumbling. The man once celebrated for his influence in hip-hop and business is now at the center of serious legal investigations and allegations that threaten to destroy his legacy. The fall of Diddy didn't happen overnight. It's a story of power, excess, secrecy, and long-buried claims resurfacing in a cultural moment where silence is no longer protection. Federal raids, lawsuits, and whispers of past misconduct have coalesced into a storm of controversy that could dismantle everything he's built. The world is watching as one of hip-hop's most powerful figures faces what may be the biggest battle of his life. In the early 1990s, Sean Combs was just a driven young intern at Uptown Records. His unmatched work ethic and eye for talent quickly earned him a promotion, but his ambitions outgrew the company. After being fired from Uptown, he founded Bad Boy Records in 1993. That decision would go on to shape the next decades of hip-hop. Under Diddy's leadership, Bad Boy Records launched the career of the Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls. Diddy's creative vision and business instincts transformed Biggie into a rap legend. Bad Boy became synonymous with flashy success, chart-topping hits, and cultural dominance. Diddy was never just a behind-the-scenes mogul. He inserted himself into the spotlight, producing hit albums like No Way Out, winning Grammys and popularizing the shiny suit era of rap. He was everywhere. On MTV, in fashion magazines, and at the center of the hip-hop world. His brand extended beyond music. He launched Sean John, a clothing line that became a massive commercial success. He started Ciroc Vodka, which became a cornerstone of his wealth. He even ran the reality TV show Making the Band, where audiences watched him craft music groups and shape young talent with a combination of mentorship and ruthless perfectionism. But behind the scenes, there were always whispers. Former associates spoke of his controlling behavior, his volatile temper, and rumors of deeper misconduct. Allegations came and went, but they never stuck until now. In late 2023 and into 2024, things started to change. Allegations of sexual assault, abuse, and human trafficking began to surface against Diddy. Multiple women came forward with lawsuits describing disturbing patterns of behavior. These weren't minor claims, they involved coercion, threats, and accusations of orchestrating situations in which individuals felt they had no way out. The lawsuits painted a portrait of a man who allegedly used his power, money, and influence to manipulate and control people around him. One of the most high-profile lawsuits came from Cassie Ventura, the singer who had a long-term relationship with Diddy. She filed a lawsuit accusing him of years of physical and emotional abuse. According to Cassie's claims, Diddy exerted control over nearly every aspect of her life. She described a relationship in which she was isolated, monitored, and, at times, assaulted. While Diddy denied the allegations, the lawsuit was settled quickly within a day. That rapid settlement raised eyebrows. Many wondered why, if the claims were false, Diddy would agree to settle so quickly and quietly. That case opened the floodgates, more lawsuits followed. Former employees, artists, and associates came forward, emboldened by the cultural climate that has increasingly supported survivors of abuse in speaking out. As the legal cases piled up, so did the scrutiny. In 2024, federal law enforcement began investigating Diddy. In March 2024, Homeland Security agents executed raids on his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. These were not symbolic actions, these were coordinated federal operations involving dozens of agents, tactical gear, and a clear mission. Diddy was not arrested at the time, but the raids indicated the seriousness of the investigations. Media footage showed agents carrying out computers, hard drives, and documents. The implication was clear: this was no longer just about civil lawsuits. The federal government was looking into possible criminal activity. As the investigations intensified, Diddy's business interests began to suffer. Endorsements were pulled, partners began to distance themselves. Music streaming services quietly reduced the promotion of his work. Industry insiders began whispering that the mogul was now considered radioactive. Friends and collaborators who once praised him started to go silent. The man who once commanded rooms with ease was now a liability. Diddy's legal team has maintained his innocence, claiming that the lawsuits are opportunistic and baseless. They argue that the settlements were made to avoid drawn-out legal battles and public spectacle. But many observers note that the pattern of behavior described in the lawsuits is consistent and spans years. It's hard to ignore the number of accusers or the similarities in their stories. For decades, powerful figures in the entertainment industry operated with impunity. But the cultural shift brought on by the #MeToo movement and similar reckonings in other industries has changed the landscape. Survivors are more empowered to speak. Institutions are more likely to take accusations seriously, and the public is far less forgiving. Diddy, who once seemed invincible, is now facing the full weight of accountability. And this is not just about past behavior, it's about power structures that enabled him. Critics argue that Diddy's empire was built not just on talent and hustle, but on a culture of silence, loyalty, and fear. Employees who questioned him were reportedly sidelined. Artists who challenged him allegedly saw their careers stall. The same charisma that made him a mogul may have also masked more troubling tendencies. The legal cases are still unfolding. No criminal charges have yet been filed as of now, but investigations are ongoing. More people could come forward, more evidence could surface. And if criminal charges do result, the fallout will be immense. It would not only mark the collapse of a personal empire, but would serve as a cautionary tale to the industry at large. For younger audiences who grew up seeing Diddy as a businessman, a mentor on reality TV, or a symbol of black excellence, these revelations are jarring. They challenge the narratives of success that have been celebrated in hip-hop and pop culture. They force a reckoning with the idea that charisma and success can coexist with darker realities behind closed doors. Whether Diddy will face criminal consequences is still unknown. The legal system moves slowly, and high-profile cases often take years to resolve. But the damage to his public image may already be irreversible. Even if he avoids prison, he may find himself permanently exiled from the industry he once dominated. What happens next could depend on how the public, the industry, and the legal system choose to respond. Will the people around him continue to protect him, or will more come forward? Will fans stand by him, or will they move on to the next figure who seems untouchable until they're not? Diddy's story is no longer just about fame, music, or wealth. It's about power and what happens when that power is allegedly abused over decades without consequences. It's about the cost of silence, the strength it takes to come forward, and the reckoning that can happen even to the most powerful among us. In the end, the fall of Diddy may not just be a personal tragedy. It may represent a turning point in the music industry where accountability catches up with those who believed they were beyond it. And as the investigations continue and the world watches, one thing is clear. The era of untouchable moguls may be coming to an end. If you found this story revealing, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the hidden truths of Hollywood, music, and sports. Leave a comment below. What do you think about the fall of Diddy? Is this just the beginning of a bigger industry reckoning? Your opinion matters. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.